Today, March 8th, is International Women's Day, and it's being celebrated in many different ways in many different parts of our world. For some, it's a day to focus on women's achievements. For others, it's a day to speak out for women's rights and equality. Our Kwon Soa shows us some of the events taking place on this very special occasion.
Make it happen is the theme of this year's International Women's Day, a day to celebrate women's economic, political, and social achievements and call for greater awareness of women's rights. Equality for women was stressed at an event in Seoul organized by Korean Women's Associated United. The group's 31st annual Women's Day event included a march through the city and an award ceremony honoring the contributions made by and for women. In India, people took to the streets to protest violence against women in the wake of several high-profile rape cases that have shaken the country and the world in recent years.
I wanted my own country, to uplift the dignity of the women and to make an awareness towards the things which are pulling the women down.
Afghan men wore burqas to experience what it's like to be a woman in Afghanistan. Although the tradition of covering the body is not necessarily linked to the harsh treatment of women, the men used it as an opportunity to advocate for women's rights.
The wearing of burqa is imposed by men on women. We are here today to show our solidarity with women and experience this pain today by covering our faces with the burqa.
And in Ukraine, there was a different change of attire as female rebel fighters swapped their uniforms for evening dresses.
We really want peace, so that our children are not being killed, as well as our civilians who are not guilty of anything.
World leaders gathered earlier this week to appeal for gender equality by the year 2030.
There are still five countries where not a single woman is represented in the parliament. I'm strongly urging the leaders of those countries to do more to empower women.
International Women's Day, designated by the United Nations, has been observed globally since the early 1990s. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.